We've also been tracking the 10 states that had abortion amendments on their ballot this week. Pro-lifers are claiming victory in 3 of those states, the first pro-life state victories since Roe v. Wade was overturned. All of the pro-abortion measures in the 10 states sought to enshrine abortion as a so-called right into their state constitutions. It passed in 7 of those states, as you can see here on our map: Missouri, Arizona, Colorado, Maryland, Montana, New York, and Nevada. But 3 states have bucked the trend, where voters rejected the extreme abortion amendment. We take a closer look now at how Florida, Nebraska, and South Dakota prevailed with pro-life victories. Pro-lifers have succeeded at the state level for the first time since the Supreme Court's 2022 Dobbs decision. Constitutional amendments which would have allowed for late-term abortion failed to pass in Florida, Nebraska, and South Dakota this election day. While many pro-life politicians have softened their abortion stance since Dobbs, in Florida, Governor Ron DeSantis is being applauded for his outspokenness against Amendment 4, which would have constitutionalized a so-called right to abortion and negated the state's heartbeat law.
This is allowing non-physicians to green-light abortions up until the moment of birth.
Leading up to Election Day, DeSantis held a number of rallies alongside pro-life medical doctors concerned about the health risks associated with Amendment 4.
We can all stand together and oppose an amendment that would permit unregulated abortion at any time during pregnancy, that would remove physicians from the decision-making process, and would even eliminate parental consent for our young girls.
During EWTN's live special election coverage, the CEO of the American Association of Pro-Life OBGYNs, Dr. Christina Francis, underscored the role of those Florida doctors in dispelling abortion misinformation to defeat the amendment.
And we are just so proud of our more than 700 physicians and medical professionals who stood and boldly defended their patients and stood for life-affirming health care in the state of Florida to help people understand that induced abortion is not needed for women to receive good care.
57% of Florida voters voted in favor of the abortion amendment Tuesday night, but that fell short of the required 60% threshold needed to change the state's constitution. Over in the Midwest, Nebraska's pro-life success is being credited to a creative ballot strategy. The Cornhusker state had 2 dueling abortion amendments. Nebraska currently protects life starting around 12 weeks of pregnancy. Measure 434 would have maintained that law, while Measure 439 would have enshrined the right to abortion in the state constitution until the point of viability or even later. Nebraska's Catholic Conference encouraged the faithful to vote no on 439 and yes on 434.
If Initiative 434 can't beat Initiative 439 at the ballot, unfortunately, we might be left with Initiative 439, which I tell people is worse than Roe versus Wade.
Because the measures were mutually exclusive and Measure 434 got more votes, Nebraska's abortion law will continue to be limited to the first 12 weeks. Bishop James Conley of Lincoln, Nebraska celebrated the win in a social media message, but said this victory is just the start.
Now, we have a lot of work to do because we really believe that the ultimate goal is to make abortion unthinkable, to wrap our arms and our hearts around those who are facing difficult decisions.
Up north, pro-lifers in South Dakota are also celebrating this week after residents defeated Amendment G. In a vote of nearly 60-40, South Dakota rejected the measure that would have established a so-called right to abortion. Kelsey Pritchard of Susan B. Anthony Pro-Life America lives in South Dakota and shared the pro-life sentiment with me from there on election night.
But I think in South Dakota, we are very pro-life, and we don't like mandated taxpayer-funded abortion. We don't like the removal of parental rights. And so in any of these states, if voters understand what they're voting on, they will reject these measures.
The bishops of South Dakota issued a statement following the defeat of Amendment G, saying, in part, "We give thanks to God that South Dakota can continue to uphold parental rights, protect women from coerced abortions, and safeguard the health and safety of preborn children and their mothers." The United States continued to be a patchwork of abortion laws following the reversal of Roe v. Wade, but now 3 states have shown there is a way to defeat abortion at the ballot box.